It's 6:30. This is the first morning run I've ever really attempted, and I'm hoping that I can do the route that I've been planning the last couple of days. We're just going to see how we go. I'm just getting across this road now before I get going, so I shall keep you updated with my progress, and fingers crossed it all goes to plan. Okay, made it to the river, so I should be on this river now for the next, well, at least 5 or 6k, and yeah, not feeling too bad so far, but fingers crossed. Again, still going well, still along by the river, and yeah, it's definitely getting warm already, and it's not even 7 o'clock yet, so I really am pleased that I made the decision to come out earlier rather than later. Crossroads now, I just hit 5k, and basically if I run this way another 3 miles gets Godalming, or I can run back to make it a 10k run. I'm going to carry on this way. Here we go. So I can only hope then that my legs will carry me, get to another 3 mile destination, and then head back and just see how far I can go. No pressure, no expectation, just focus and enjoyment. And look at this. We can't really see me because of the glare, but it's stunning. Just hit 7k. I'm going to grab some water, then we keep running. We're still on the path to the destination. Legs feeling pretty good. A little bit of a tension in the right side, which I expected given the other day's run, but all really positive still, really enjoying it, having a good time. It's just gone 7 and it is cooking, really, really warm. So anyway, less chat, more running. 8k in 47 minutes or so. Pleased that I'm still going actually. Feeling okay at this point. I imagine it'll be about 10k before I get to where I need to get to. And then we'll just take it easy on the way back and just try and at least edge above 11k. That'll be my longest run ever to date. So, like I mentioned, no pressure, no expectation, just having fun. Okay, just completed 10k. I think it was literally over the hour by maybe 1 or 2 seconds. So now I'm heading back. Anything now constitutes my longest run. So again, taking it easy. I don't really know how far I'll realistically be able to go. I need to preserve my body a bit because I don't really want to be spending a week out not able to run because I've overdone it today. But let's just see how we go. 14k. I think I'm probably approaching the wall now, to be honest. If I get to 15k, that'd be great, but I don't know about going any further. I think it's best just to rein it in and not push it. I've already pushed it quite a bit to get to 15k. So glorious morning for it, but 15k I think is going to be the point where I make a decision to stop. And this time we meet again, this time I'm going the other direction. So 15k complete in 1:31:42. The question of course is, could I have kept going? Well, potentially yes, I could have kept going, but based on what I've read online, you're only really supposed to increase your training by 10% every week or so. So really pushing from my longest run of 10k to 15k was a bit of a stretch, and no doubt I'm going to pay the price of that in my legs and my ankles, but just got to hope I get some good recovery in place so that I don't cause too much stress on my body and I can get out there. But obviously tomorrow's going to be most likely a recovery day. Need to do lots of stretching, flexibility and mobility stuff anyway, so tomorrow could kind of be my yoga day. But overall, again, incredibly pleased. Only last night I posed the question, would I be ready for a half marathon by mid-September? Based on today, I guess I would argue that I should and could be ready for it. Now, the other thing to note as well is that this last 5k had I continued, the last k especially, or k and a half, maybe 2k, to where I live is all uphill. So that would have been a real positivity breaker. A bit of a self-esteem crusher possibly as well. So, like I say, stop whilst you're doing well and focus on the 20k another day. So this here is St Catherine's, otherwise known as the Golden Sands, and it just makes up part of the route by the river, as you can see. So this is where I ran along this morning. Quite tough actually on the sand, especially when you've sort of just taken over 5k or so, or just before that at least, and then you've got a bit of a challenge, but beautiful nonetheless, right? Okay, so back home, just putting together the clips from this morning, starting to analyse some of the data, not in huge amounts of detail, but just enough to get an idea of where I can improve for next time. And so looking at my splits, there's somewhere between 5:45 and 6:30. Obviously, there's a new route for me. A couple of things for me to remember is running on different terrain to what I'm typically used to. There's a few stop starts right across roads because the kind of the footpath takes you up onto the road and you have to cross over. So there's a number of those. You've still got things like cyclists to contend with where you've got to move over to allow them to go through. So it's not going to impact my splits in a huge amount, but it's just little things to consider. Overall, still really, really pleased with what I was able to do this morning. It's actually a couple of hours later that I'm filming this and my legs are actually feeling pretty good. It's not to say that overnight they're going to suddenly become 100% because that's a little bit unrealistic. However, I know I've got some things in place that have allowed me to recover quicker than normal, so I've tried to attend to those things this morning and throughout the day, but still keeping the legs moving, not just sort of laying down and expecting things to just recover without any kind of movement. So yeah, overall really good, lots of things to learn. A really nice route to run. That's the good thing. It's such a great route. I can leave from my house and I can head all the way down there to the end point, which is exactly 10k. I think it came in like 9.98k, and I can run the way back, and that'd be a kind of 20k distance, which is really, really promising and really exciting. Or what I can do to make it slightly easier on myself is to run the distance of 10k, run back to 15, which is halfway, and then head back again that way to get to 20k, which means I get to spend more time in a probably more pleasant environment than the residential side of things, and a little bit of more interesting route, and not a route that means I'm going to be in danger of
literally stopping and having to walk up the hill because it's pretty steep where I live. So whilst it could be quite pleasant running down that way, even though I can't use that route to get to where I want to get to the river, running up it is just a bit of a killer on the legs. So anyway, enough chat from me today. Really pleased with my performance, my longest run to date, and yeah, very, very promising. And I'm looking forward to what the next couple of weeks brings, because I'd like to hit the 20k mark in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So let's say mid-August, even though the weather at the moment is pretty warm, mid to late August, if I can do a 20k, I'll be absolutely over the moon with that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video today. Thank you very much for taking the time to check out what I've been doing, and yeah, always willing to listen to advice, feedback, tips, and all of those kind of things as well. So thank you. Have a great day wherever you are in the world.